What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Exploring Attractions. My name is Scott, and you're watching your stop for all things theme park and attraction related. Today, we're here at Universal Studios Hollywood for a construction update regarding Halloween Horror Nights and Super Nintendo World, and obviously we'll check out park updates along the way. Overall, just have a fun day here. There's lots of work going on here at Universal since the last time we were here, so let's go get inside and have some fun. All right, everybody, we made it over to the former Hill House location where the facade is coming along quite nice, actually. It's definitely going to be a house. You can tell there with the chimney at the very top. You know, before we didn't know what this was because it was just a blank canvas and then just kind of what looked to be a house in the front or maybe even a church. But now with the different shape and whatnot, you can definitely tell it's going to be a house. And like I said, that chimney is kind of a dead giveaway. But you can see a lot of the maze structure is all up. Everything's being constructed at a very fast pace, and I would say we can expect to see detail very, very soon on this house. Now, there was a speculation map that came out today, put out by Horror Night Nightmares, and we'll go over that in a separate video, but this is actually rumored to be a Scarecrow themed house, and they had Scarecrow house over in Orlando a few years ago, so that'd be interesting to see Hollywood's take on it. There was lots of rumors going around as far as what people thought this was. Some people saying the Candyman Church, some people saying the barn from Fear Street, but it's quite obvious that those aren't either of those two. Once again, it's confirmed to be a house right here, so unless we start to see detail from a house in relation to some kind of IP, I definitely think there's a huge possibility of this being an original. But all will tell very soon once there's more detail that's visible to us. But this is so exciting, guys. The fact that Horror Nights construction has started this early and the fact that a facade is this far along already, it's crazy. Here's a better look at the side of the facade. There's plenty of construction workers working on it right now. Definitely lots of progress being made at a rapid pace too. That's why I say, like, I think detail's coming very, very soon. And then hopefully eventually to the left we'll start to see the second Curious George maze start to be constructed, which on that speculation map is rumored to be a weekend maze based on the popular pop artist who has horror elements to his music videos and whatnot. But like I said, that's all just speculation, so when I reference these, this is just speculations from the Horror Night Nightmares account. Nothing is confirmed at all. I just want to make myself clear on that. Alright, everybody, but let's make our way into the park and go check out all the updates going on inside, including Super Nintendo World, since we got the zoom lens today, so we're going to get some great shots of the land and all the construction going on. Before we continue our visit here to Universal, make sure that you're following us on Instagram at Exploring Attractions and on Twitter at Exploring Attractions, because that is where we post the latest and greatest up-to-date theme park news first before posting it on YouTube. Like, I just took a whole bunch of pictures over at the Curious George maze, and I already put them up on social media, so make sure you're following us on both Instagram and Twitter, like I said, to stay up to date. Well, judging by these crowds and the fact that it's only like 2 hours in a park opening, looks like it's going to be a relatively busy day here at Universal. These are spring break crowds, as a lot of kids are out on spring break already. And man, oh man, is it busy. I did read the wait times right now. It says that Forbidden Journey is already at a 120-minute wait. It's crazy. One easy way to always tell whether or not Universal's going to be busy is if they're using virtual line tickets for off the leash, in which case today they are. Lots of people going up to the actual ticket booths and getting virtual lines, which you can make them on your app too, just as a reminder. You don't have to come to the actual ride. But if you want it to be a little bit easier for you, you can come into the little booths. Yeah, they're running a virtual line today, and I'm sure they'll be running it all day long. Now, construction has started over here for Horror Nights over in the Parisian Courtyard. Last time we were here, there's no signs of construction whatsoever, and we'll kind of loop around to show you where the facade would typically go. Right now, there's no wood visible quite yet, as I just walked past it right now. But I do hear them sawing in there, so I'm sure they have plenty of plywood laid down in there, and they're actually getting ready to put up some form of maze layout, or maybe even they have the layout on the floor going on right now. Who knows, maybe we'll see a facade within the next couple days or so. Making our way over here to the overlook, let's go check out Super Nintendo World, see if there's any detail going on. It's an extremely windy day here at Universal, so sorry if the camera is a little bit shaky, but tons of work going on. Let's see if we can zoom in and see any details. Looks like there's a lot of green, lots of dirt details you can kind of see right there. Nothing too visible on Bowser's Castle. as far as the facade goes for the Mario Kart attraction quite yet, but you can see through the cracks of all the construction work that there is detailing in progress all over the place, in fact. And it looks like they actually are working on the inside of Princess Peach's castle a little bit more. I know that's just been sitting there for a while and hasn't really been touched, but now it looks like they're chugging along on it. But yeah, seeing that right there, seeing that little bit of detail, as far as that's the most clear thing other than all the green hills, of course, that's just exciting. Who would have thought a couple of colors would have gotten you so excited? It does make me pretty relieved though, seeing the amount of construction crew all surrounding the land. Like, there's work going on every single angle and every single corner of this land, all working together to get it open for its 2023 official opening, as Universal made official, I want to say a couple days ago, that it'd be opening here at Universal Studios Hollywood in 2023. Now, along with the announcement of Super Nintendo World opening in 2023, Universal also announced that the feature presentation store would be transitioning into a Super Nintendo themed World store, or Super Nintendo World themed store. So let's go check out if there's any progress for that right now. It's a high of 82 degrees here at Universal City, and surprisingly enough, the water splash pad here in Super Silly Funland is not open today. There's team members walking around in the front, probably just to tell guests that it's not open, but it's kind of a shock. Maybe they'll open it a little bit later when it starts to heat up a little bit more. But did I just speak this into existence? All the water's turning on now. So it looks like it's going to be opening up right now. And that's probably why they have team members standing out there telling guests, hey, bring your little ones over here. It's opening up. All the water's turning on. Sounds like a lot of fun. Water park season is coming, guys. Can't wait to start bringing water park content back to the channel. Now, like I said, as you can see, there is no plywood or no facade structure at all quite yet. There's just a tent, obviously signifying that Halloween Hornets construction has started in Persian Courtyard. I have no idea what this maze will be. We can only hope to see sometime soon a facade, so we can kind of all speculate based on what the shape is. But as right now, it's just a tent. And we can just hear construction going on inside if they stand on the sides of it and the back of it and whatnot. Yeah, not a lot to talk about. There's a door open on the right hand side over there with a construction worker. So there's active work going on. Here's the feature presentation store that will be home to the Super Nintendo World themed store. Like I said, it's currently in the works of being transitioned from the Wizarding World store over to Super Nintendo World. And the date that they announced the opening year for the land, there was marketing right here on this white sign that said Super Nintendo World store coming soon. However, it was taken down later that day. Don't know why, since they made it official, but it's just kind of interesting. And on the front window of the store, you can see it's all covered up in black, but they have since repainted the kind of frames green to signify Nintendo World green. I wonder what's going to go here, if it's going to be the same Nintendo World marketing that we saw across the way at the other studio store when they put merch over there in the front, or maybe we'll get our first rendering / concept art of the land here, because we still have not got that. I don't know, I guess we'll see. We have to wait until this opens up. I'd say within the coming weeks the store will be open though. Not something official, that's just my best guess. Of course, would it be a warm day here at Universal without getting ourselves some frozen butterbeer? This is the best butterbeer in my personal opinion. It's really good, and like I said, perfect for a hot day here at Universal. I do want to point out that my buddy Justin from HHN Mannix has already come up with a theory as far as the Curious George facade goes in relation to the Scarecrow speculated maze. I'll let you guys read more of that as I put a side-by-side of the picture of the facade. Yeah, Justin's always good at coming up with these different theories and whatnot, and really doing his research as far as the shapes of facades go and whatnot. So highly recommend you give him a follow. One real interesting thing about the Mummy Maze location is the fact that this year it looks like the facade's going to be on the opposite side. Now, they've done this before many times. A couple years ago, I remember the last one being clowns, if I'm not mistaken. That was the last time the facade was actually on this side for this specific location. But this looks like the facade side, because if we pan all the way over to the other side where the facade's usually at, looks like those are hallways leading out to the maze, which, I don't know, that'd be an interesting change on this. I kind of like it better in a way. That way you can enter all the way over here, you know, by Mummy or wherever they have it entered, queue up in this side, go through the maze, and then exit on this side over here, and then you can make your way over to Soundstage 29 and actually be able to do both mazes. Unlike last time where if you started off with, let's say you started off with TCM last year, and you didn't know where the maze locations were at, well then you'd be forced to walk all the way back around, all the way to Soundstage 29 if you hadn't done Exorcist yet. And I know it's not like a lot of walking, but still, I don't know, I feel like it's more convenient this way. Yeah, have no clue on what this facade's gonna be. There's no shape to it at all other than the entryway. Yeah, I can't wait to see this facade start to take shape as well. I'm sure that'll happen in a couple weeks or so, because they are working super fast on this one just as they are with the other two. And with this one, that makes officially 3 mazes in total for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood that are currently being worked on. But now if we make our way over to the left over here, you can get a good glimpse of another angle at Super Nintendo World. That centerpiece for Bowser's Castle is going to look absolutely stunning. You can get a better look at that orange kind of detail that's going on. And then if you pan up here to the left, you can see the details starting on the hills right here, where there actually be movement going on and kinetic energy, if you will, in the land. But lots of stuff going on. It's going to be quite a sight. Like I said, the centerpiece of the land will be Bowser's Castle, but like seeing it from up here will just generate the hype even more, especially when it's closer to being done and like ready for soft opens and everything. And then if you pan down here to the green warp pipe, it looks like there's some ladders over there. Maybe they are actually getting, oh my goodness, it's very windy. Maybe they're actually getting ready to work on the detail of it. As we start to make our way out through CityWalk, there's one more thing that I want to check up on as far as park updates go. That, of course, is the brand new eatery being built at the end of CityWalk. And that eatery that I'm referring to is the Twosome Chocolate Emporium, which has been on a halt for quite some time as far as construction goes, but since that has picked back up, there's active work going on. Right now they have a door open and you can't really see it on the camera, but it is gutted in there. They are working on it. I can't wait to see the entrance to Twosome's start to rise up. This is going to be such a great add to CityWalk and just Universal in general. I would call it a resort, but it's not deemed as a resort here. I'm going to just say resort because, you know, CityWalk and Universal, all they're missing is a hotel. So this is going to add a lot to CityWalk, and I cannot wait to go dine at Twosome's. Well, everyone, that's going to do it for today's visit here to Universal Studios Hollywood. Hope you guys enjoyed all the exciting updates in regards to Horror Nights and Nintendo, because it's very exciting coming here and covering. And like I said, we're going to be doing them a lot more compared to any other years I've done updating. We're going to be uploading a lot of content as far as Universal goes, Disney, Knott's, lots of stuff coming. I'm excited to be getting back into filming out of the parks again and really just getting back into it. So anyways, guys, my name is Scott. You've been watching Exploring Attractions. Positivity's key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.